His appearance was perhaps the most anticipated moment of the Leveson Inquiry into press ethics. A man synonymous with ruthless journalism and political influence insisted he neither condoned nor knew about phone hacking at his papers.
I don't believe in using hacking. I don't believe in using private detectives or whatever. I think that's just a lazy way of reporters not doing their job.
But much of the questioning centred on Rupert Murdoch's alleged influence over successive prime ministers. He met Margaret Thatcher secretly in 1981 to discuss buying 2 more British newspapers. So, did she go along with his deal in return for good press?
No express favours were offered to you by Mrs. Thatcher, is that right?
And none asked. I think if I'd asked for anything, Mr. Ingham's very full notes certainly would have recorded that.
But you wouldn't have been so undeft and cack-handed to have asked directly, would you, Mr. Murdoch?
I hope not. I've never asked the Prime Minister for anything.
He robustly denied accusations his papers gave politicians favourable coverage in return for commercial benefits.
I take a particularly strong pride in the fact that we've never pushed our commercial interests in our newspapers.
But there were recollections of serious clashes with politicians too, like his infamous decision not to back Labour Prime Minister Gordon Brown in 2009, prompting a hostile call from Mr. Brown.
He said, well, your company has declared war on my government, and we have no alternative but to make war on your company. And I said, I'm sorry about that, Gordon. Thank you for calling.
Gordon Brown responded within hours, describing that testimony as wholly wrong. But the media tycoon repeatedly rejected any suggestions that all his papers reflected his personal political views.
But you can't say that of The Sun. I think we're perhaps the only independent newspaper in the business.
For his enemies outside, that was simply outrageous.
The Murdochs have corrupted British politics for a generation. Now we're beginning to hear the full truth, and politicians need to take their distance from the Murdochs and tell them to go home.
Rupert Murdoch's enemies are hoping this will be the beginning of the end of the Murdoch mafia. But the truth is, Rupert Murdoch still maintains massive press interests here in the UK. He is the biggest owner of newspapers with 36% of the UK market. Dan Rivers, CNN, London.